It's time for our big feature announcement. If we were doing this user group in person, I'd ask for a drum roll because desk drum rolls are super fun. And you know what? If you have time, let's do it. Thank you. Our major development of the year is the creation of a closed loop with provider feature. This enhancement should help anyone completing intakes for their partners who have partnerships with service providers who want to provide back status changes or how a help seeker is accessing services. It's really for anyone that's doing some type of supported referral workflow. So what does that look like? The waitlist capacity and provider portal allows you to create contact records in iCarol, add those contact records to one or more waitlists, prioritize waitlists so that those who need services are referred first according to your business rules and how you configure that priority. Assign your contact records to a service provider with available capacity to take that referral so that that person isn't waiting until they're on another waitlist at that provider. And finally, to securely share your contact record data that you've collected with your service provider directly. So it creates that secure way to share data with those providers. The exciting part of this closed loop referral workflow is that your service providers can then share with you their capacity. So they're telling you that they can take 5 referrals today or 10 referrals this week. In addition to moving contact records through various configurable waitlist statuses, so they can say that this person they're attempting contact, they've enrolled them, they're accessing services, until they eventually graduate or move on from that programming. Because you're able to move that person through a waitlist status process, you can report on how long that individual spends waiting to access services, how long they're accessing services, and basically calculate or do some advanced reporting on really how long it takes to move from making the request to leaving the service. We are excited to offer yet another feature to support closed loop and supported referrals. There are lots of use cases for this type of workflow, such as managing intake for rapid rehousing or transitional housing programs, working with crisis stabilization services, prioritizing and triaging help seekers in need of limited services such as financial assistance, managing intake for holiday or seasonal programs such as meals, toys, taxes, back to school, those types of things. The use cases are endless, and we look forward to seeing how all of you use these features to help serve your communities and build partnerships. While we don't have a lot of screenshots to share or details to share on exactly how these functions are going to work in iCarol, we do have some. I was able to get a few screenshots from the technology team to share with you all today. So the first is an example of a waitlist dashboard. So this waitlist dashboard allows you to view resource capacity for any resources related to this dashboard. So if it's a housing waitlist, you assigned resources in your system to that waitlist, specific resources, and those specific resources will have their own capacity. So you'll be able to make referrals to resources with capacity. You're able to update the waitlist status and assign contact records to service providers that have availability. Another screenshot I was able to grab was the service provider, an example of a service provider portal. So this is where your as service providers will also need a secure way to access the contact record data that you share with them. This screenshot shows how the service provider portal may look. Service providers will access contact record data using the same security policies as your volunteers and staff, but will only be able to access the specific records that you give them. So it's going to be a very simplified view into just the information that you've given them access to.